Did you get ready in the dark or something? 'Cause you look like a beautiful nightmare.
Hello, my lovely Aries. Welcome to my channel. My name is Tessa, and you are watching your 2022 Oracle, 12-month Oracle and Tarot spread. So welcome. Come hang out with me. I just got settled in. I'm all cozy on my living room floor. I'm burning some incense. I got the window cracked a little bit. Get a nice little breeze going on in here. I got blueberries over here, so if you see me like digging my hands over here and like putting something in my mouth, I got some blueberries, so that's what that is. And yeah, we're gonna get into your reading, Aries. So I'm excited. I'm almost through with these. I'm almost through with these zodiac readings. You are my 8th, I think, or 9th, 9, 10, 11, 12, yeah, 9. I've been kind of releasing these zodiac readings little by little because they are longer, because it's a 12-month reading. I have 12 piles over here, one pile for each month that we're going to do. And the video is probably going to be at least an hour long, okay? Anywhere between an hour to like an hour and 20 minutes. Because we're going to look at the year ahead, and also because this is probably going to be pretty much my last like individual zodiac reading that I'm going to do on my channel. If I do zodiac readings in the future on my channel, it'll probably be like in one long video, or it's going to be like in the style of like a collective reading. Okay, it's going to be like a different kind of style, a different layout, because there's going to be some changes to my channel and stuff like that. I'm going to start doing new things. So yeah, just kind of giving you a heads up on that. Hopefully you do subscribe though, because there are, you know, and you just kind of become part of my journey and just kind of, you know, I don't know, like hopefully you become part of my journey and my community, because I do have a lot of really, I don't know, in my opinion, I think I'm starting to kind of get involved in some really interesting things and some really creative things, and I'm getting really excited about the future in general and like what's possible and creative projects. And I'm hoping that as I kind of, you know, release more information and start talking more about things that I'm involved in, I'm hoping to actually like kind of build a community of people who also want to get involved, and a community of people who, you know, are interested in, you know, the things that I'm doing, and you know, want to kind of like put their hands in somehow. So yeah, so hopefully you stick around. But I do plan, so for 2022, I do still plan on doing tarot readings on my channel, but I'm thinking about doing it more as like as a collective tarot reading, or like very specifically themed. And if I do zodiac readings, it will probably be all in one video. I'm also planning on doing astrology videos, so definitely stick around for those, because I have this, I didn't make like an official, I haven't officially kind of started this yet, but one of my plans is basically like I'm offering a free, pretty much a free birth chart reading, like a completely free birth chart reading, but the only like what you would basically be giving me in return is just your what's the word I'm looking for? Your permission to use your information for one of my videos. So basically what I would do is, and you don't even have to use your real name. You can remain completely anonymous. You don't have to use your real name, or you can use a made-up name, or you can use like an internet name, or like a character name, or like a metaverse name. But basically you would give me your birthday, you would just give me your birthday, your birth time, your location of birth, and I would just get into some investigative astrology. I actually, like, part of me kind of would encourage people not to give me their real name, but it's completely up to you. But I would actually, you know, part of me is kind of like, I don't know, I would probably encourage people to not give me their real name, or to like make up a name, you know, like make up something really fun, and it can be just like this character on the internet, but the birthday is going to be real, and you're going to know it's real, and you're going to have the information. But I would be doing like a video. it wouldn't be a live, I mean, I could do like a live video, but I would basically kind of like my investigative astrology, the astrology of Astro World video. I would be like on one side of the frame, and on the other side I would pull up your birth chart basically, and I would just like talk for an hour. I'll just literally like, I'll just, you know, like I'll just say what I see. I'll just tell you what I see, what I feel like you got going on in your chart, any you know, any like intuitive like vibes I might be getting, or you know, my instinct might, you know, I don't know, whatever, I don't know, but it would just be like, so the only thing for that is just that like, is that I can create a video with your information. That's it. And only your birth information. Okay. So yeah, so that's basically like another thing that I really want to do for 2022. I think that would be a lot of fun. And like I said, it would be up to you whether or not you want to give me your real name or not. But, because I think people do kind of hesitate as far as things like that are concerned. So yeah, like, and, you know, other than that, I feel like, I don't know, I'll probably do videos of just, on like what I'm up to, like what I'm doing, like what projects am I involved in, what's, you know, you know, what's up with me, and maybe how you can get involved if you do want to get involved. So, in projects that I'm working on. So, yeah. So that's kind of my, like kind of big picture plan for 2022. As far as like the day to day, I don't know. So, I am starting to get a little runny of the nose. So before we get into your reading, I'm just gonna kind of be a little I'm gonna be unattractive for a little bit, and just kind of like wipe away some of this snot. Okay. So Aries, so your reading for 2022, it's divided up into 12 piles. I'm using 3 different tarot decks, 3 different oracle decks. One of the oracle decks is an advice card. So that is going to be read at the end of the monthly reading. When I shuffled these decks, I pulled 1 card for each pile. Okay, so we have 12 piles, and when I did this, I did it all face down because I didn't want to see the cards. I don't want to know what's up ahead. I'm going to be on this journey with you, so when we're talking about January, we're in it together. I'm talking about January, and then we're going to put that deck down, and then we're going to pick up February. So all the cards are face down. I'm gonna flip them over when we're on that month. We're going in consecutive order, January through December, starting with January 2022. So yeah, with that being said, let's get started. Let me take a sip of my water. Okay. Okay, Aries, are you ready for this? Oh my goodness, I'm already getting hot. I might have to, like, in the middle of this reading, open the window a little bit more, just because I feel the breeze, but, like, I'm starting to get hot. Okay, so we're starting with January 2021. I'm really excited. These fire sign readings have been really, really good. So, let's get into this. So, for the first card, we have release. Okay, so letting go of something. Probably just, like, overall, just kind of letting go of things that aren't, like, benefiting you anymore. Anything that isn't in alignment with like what you want for your future, what you want your future to look like, what you want the rest of the year to look like. It's just going to be about letting go of that, release, and just kind of like being open. This is really just about being open to the future, like being open to the possibilities, being open to new things to enter your life. You know, being open to the universe, like trying to, you know, show itself to you, trying to show the possibilities, and to really just kind of like cleanse you in a way, purify you so you can let go of things from the past, like let go of things that you're still holding on to, like maybe you were in a relationship, like, you know, whatever kind of like anything that might have happened in 2021 that just kind of ended up being like, ugh, you know, it just didn't really work out. It's just like, it's time for something new, okay? It's time to move on. It's time to, you know, pick yourself up and just kind of become, you know, open yourself up spiritually again, open your heart, just like, you know, just be open. We have encouragement, okay? Yeah, so lots of encouragement. You know, if you have an idea, if you have some kind of creative project, a business that you're thinking about, this could also be like you're receiving encouragement maybe from like, if you are in a relationship or if you just recently got into a relationship, or this could just be somebody who's in your environment who's giving you a lot of encouragement, okay? They're really just kind of like, you know, brightening you up, pushing you to like, you know, to open up, to look forward, to, you know, to think of the possibilities, to think about your own creative possibilities, okay? And just kind of open up to that. With the Four of Cups, Moon in Cancer, there is definitely some feelings of just kind of like needing to kind of like pull away maybe from like some energies that are around you that are just kind of like not fulfilling you, you know, just some energies. You're not like necessarily like pushing them away. You're not necessarily saying like, oh, I don't ever, like, you're not necessarily walking away. It's more just like needing to spend some time to yourself to really just kind of reflect a little bit more on like why are certain things in your life just not like fulfilling you. Like, what is it in your life? What is it about your environment or your possessions or just like things in general? Like, what is it that's just not like doing it for you? You know, you could be feeling a little like lethargic or apathetic. And what I mean by that is just kind of like everything just seems boring, you know, everything is just kind of like it doesn't really, like, life doesn't really seem exciting, you know. So this is kind of like you are almost enjoying just kind of like being in your feelings, like, you know, you're enjoying just kind of like being in your own thoughts and just kind of like you know, you're kind of just like mopey, maybe a little mopey, but it's part of the process, okay? It's part of the process. We also, we actually, holy shit, we have 2 Four of Cups card. I didn't even notice this. Yeah, so double the Four of Cups. Okay, double that Moon in Cancer energy. So, you know, just be careful with like maybe too much lethargy. Be careful with too much, feeling too kind of weighed down by your emotions. That's the only thing that I would say with 2 of those coming up. Is that if you spend too much time in your feelings, like you might start to feel weighed down by them, and then like you might lose, like, you know, you might lose interest, or you might lose inspiration, or you just might like lose interest in like really wanting to do something like creative, or to really kind of open yourself up to new things. But, you know, maybe the things that are around you just like aren't inspiring you, but that doesn't mean that things that something that can inspire you isn't out there. So like maybe, you know, it's time to think about actually searching for the things that are going to start inspiring you instead of kind of moping around, because it looks to me like it's like you're expecting someone to just kind of come over and hand you something. Like you kind of just want things to come to you. And that is like kind of a lot of the energy that I'm kind of getting here. It's kind of like you just want the universe to like come in and kind of hand things to you. Or like you want someone to make you excited about something and you're just not. But that's not always how it works. It takes a lot of like your own like willingness to kind of jump forward into something new, you know, like, or learn something new, or, you know, see what you could become interested in, or what you can get involved in, right? Like in the real world, or like on the internet or whatever. So that is definitely kind of like what I'm seeing over here, and it's really gonna just take time to like reflect on why, like, what exactly is in your environment or in your atmosphere that's just making you feel so like uninterested and unmotivated and uncreative to do anything about it. But also like, why are you not? But not just like it's not just the things that are in your environment, it's within you as well, you know? So it's like, why are you letting it affect you to that extent, to where it's like, you're just like, ugh, you know, like, cause you have to find that within you. So you have to like get out of your own head, especially with the 8 of Swords over here, Jupiter and Gemini, you know, you could definitely go through some feelings of just being stuck. Like you don't really know how to get out of this mental state. You don't really know how to get out of feeling kind of like stuck in your own head. You could definitely be overthinking a lot. And I think that there's maybe a part of you that feels kind of trapped. You know, you might feel trapped within your own circumstances. Like you don't know how to get out of your circumstances, or, you know, what to do. But it's really you just imposing the energy upon yourself. It isn't really anybody else who's imposing this energy upon you. It's really just your mind creating these like blockages. It's really just your mind kind of creating these negative kind of like bars, if you will, that keeps you from really opening up to the things that are going on around you. Because, like, you know, like, instead of just completely shutting down just because there's a few people or a few things in your environment that's just not doing it for you, that doesn't mean there isn't a whole world out there brimming with inspiration and creativity that's like trying to call out to you and that's trying to get your attention. But because your mind is kind of trapped in this kind of energy, you're not seeing that it's trying to get your attention, because you're in this process, you're in this energy of feeling, you know, trapped by the things that you think are trapping you, when really just on the outside of those trappings is like this whole like universe brimming with you know, with like creativity and inspiration and the desire for you to like kind of come out of your cage. Okay, let's take a look at the advice over here. We have resistance. Understanding why you resist what you have to do is a crucial part of the creative process. Okay, so this is going to be a really, January is going to be a really important time for you to really kind of like, you know, and, you know, like being in that energy can actually teach you a lot, you know, in order to kind of bring ourselves to rise out, you know, and to bring ourselves up to the occasion to where we can even break out of that energy. We have to understand what that energy is, okay? So you would have to really get to a place where you are really completely aware of the fact that you are resisting and that you are kind of keeping yourself trapped in this. So the next best thing to do would be to ask why. Like, well, why are you keeping yourself trapped there? You know, maybe there's like fear attached to it. There could be fear of failure or fear of like, I don't know, you know, it could be anything really. But resistance, yeah, like, I mean, all the different energies that kind of come our way that we have to face, that we have to challenge. And this is part of the spiritual awakening. This is part of being on a spiritual journey, is kind of learning to understand the different energies that come our way, what they mean, why, you know, what they feel like, you know, what they mean for us, like why do we feel it, and actually kind of diving in until we're able to, you know, bring that torch, that fire out and be like, oh, okay, you know, and it kind of like allows us to move forward, okay, and then we start to gain momentum again. Okay, so there's definitely a need in January to accept that there is resistance, just to kind of say to yourself, like, that I am resisting something and I don't know why, you know, and I need to figure that out. Okay, so let's take a look at February. Moving on to February, we are in Aquarius season now. We have acceptance. We have metamorphosis. We have the Magician, Mercury. We have the Queen of Swords, Libra. And we have the Nine of Swords, Mars in Gemini. Okay, very interesting. So kicking off this reading is acceptance. So that's exactly what I was talking about from that resistance card, is acceptance. So that is going to be super important moving into February, is just kind of like learning to accept that this is something that's inside of you, or learning to accept that there is some resistance here. And part of the spiritual journey is to acknowledge that there is resistance and to kind of go down that path of like, okay, I'm feeling resistance here. Why am I feeling resistance? And this is what is going to transform you. This resistance is what's going to transform you into understanding like more about who you are, what it is you want, you know, where your values really lie, what you are willing to take part in, what you're not willing to take part in. And then you're going to actually feel confident in terms of manifesting. You're going to feel more comfortable and confident in terms of manifesting the things that you really do want. Because it's like, well, if there's something that you're resisting, that means that perhaps you have your own path to take. You know, you have your own journey, you have your own path, you have your own kind of creative, you know, will to put forward into the world. With that magician energy, there is definitely something that you want to manifest over here. And with the Queen of Swords over here, I mean, this could very much for some of you be a person, okay? You could definitely be wanting to go down the route of just like a relationship, or just like wanting to like be with someone. But this could also be like a partnership of some sort, with the Queen of Swords, Libra energy, maybe getting into a partnership with someone. It could be like it could be involved in business, but I'm seeing this more in the realm of like the intellect, or like wanting to communicate, maybe wanting to maybe manifesting, like, because Mercury energy is air energy. It's earth also, but it's very much air with Gemini. And then the Queen of Swords is also air energy. So this could very much be like communication, like wanting to really manifest some communication between you and another person, maybe like get on the same page, or maybe wanting to figure out like where this other person is as far as like their own goals and their own ambitions. Okay. And this person could also have very, very clear, concise communication. They could be very forthright and very straight to the point about what they're communicating with you. But there is definitely some kind of energy that I feel of perhaps two people coming together to exchange ideas, two people coming together to either exchange ideas or to exchange like principles, or to just like to maybe like reform the relationship in a way that can be beneficial for both people, to lead it down towards a path of like harmony and balance. But then with the Nine of Swords over here, Mars in Gemini, there is some anxiety that is coming out of this, okay? For some reason, there is definitely some anxiety. Perhaps the conversation that you have with this person kind of like leads you to start thinking a lot, because this person does have a lot of very, maybe like strategic, this person can have some strategic or very clear or very kind of like, very, very much moving in a specific direction, very, very, very focused energy. This could intimidate you a little bit, and it can lead to some overthinking. It could definitely lead to some feelings of fear or inadequacy. You could maybe have some like sleepless nights, or just some anxiety at night where you just really start to overthink. Okay, you really start to kind of think about like, well, like what's holding you back, what is a lot making you kind of like unable to, or making you feel like perhaps this person, or perhaps in general, like you I don't know, like maybe you don't really, you're not really sure yet where you stand in regards to like your own, your own thoughts and your own wishes, and things like that. So let's take a look at the advice. We have collaboration. Creative people can be inspired by sharing and stimulating creativity in others. Okay, yeah, so that's so interesting that we get collaboration. So that could very much be what this conversation is about. So just remember, for February, you could definitely come together with someone, and you guys might you guys could start to open up dialogue about collaboration, collaborating towards like some idea, something creative, something. And perhaps like this collaboration in and of itself could be giving you a little bit of anxiety, and maybe you're not really sure how to go about it, or you could be going through just some feelings of like fear, and that's totally like, you just have, that's totally normal, like, but it's just a matter of like, are you willing to work through it? Are you willing to, really, accept and be honest with yourself? Acceptance over here. Metamorphosis. Are you willing to let it transform you? Are you willing to accept that there are fears that exist, but as long as you're willing to be honest about them and open about them and things like that, that you can overcome it? Because it says over here that with collaboration, it can really, stimulate, when you collaborate with other people, it can really stimulate some, creative outcomes. Whew, okay, let's move on to March, Pisces season. Okay, moving on to March, we have Power. Pisces season, we have Mountain. We have the Five of Wands, Saturn in Leo. We have the Three of Coins, Mars in Capricorn. We have the Eight of Pentacles, Sun in Virgo. Okay, interesting. Okay, so kicking off March, we have Power. So yeah, just kind of like finding, like, finishing off the February reading with the Nine of Swords, I feel like it's really going to be about coming into your own power and really coming into like this sense within yourself that allows you to really feel like you can overcome anything, you know. And I just feel like you have to be careful, because like if you're not honest about how you're really feeling, and maybe some of the anxiety that you feel or things that you might go through deep down inside, you know, you could definitely channel that energy into like power. But it can, with the Five of Wands over here, I feel like that's kind of a warning, just letting you know that like when you repress your emotions, or when you don't deal with your emotions properly, or if you don't communicate your emotions properly, it can definitely start coming out in like other ways, and you could tend towards maybe like argument or fighting, okay? Because with the Power card, it also shows a mountain. So it's like knowing, I feel like there's this energy of like you gearing up, like you're powering yourself up, you're energizing yourself up, you're powering yourself up for this mountain. And you see that there's this mountain in front of you and you have to climb it. And especially if like there is a project that you're collaborating with something on, I feel like you're looking at this like mountain in front of you, and it does kind of look like this big mountain. And, you know, it could lead to some argument. But with the Five of Wands, there's also this feeling of like inner conflict, okay? And you like, you know, you kind of like gearing up to overcome, you know, to climb this mountain, in terms of like, you're so eager to get to the top. You're so eager to climb this mountain and to like prove that you are like capable, or that you are powerful, you know, but you know, you can't do it without like overcoming some internal battles. It's kind of like, I definitely also see maybe like you fighting with yourself, to climb this mountain. You know, I see a lot of you fighting with yourself. I think I see more of you fighting with yourself than you fighting with other people. But other people around you, even if you're not directly fighting with them, they could definitely be triggering some shit in you where it's like you want to fight them, but instead you just fight yourself because you would rather work together. Especially with the Three of Coins over here, it's kind of like, no, like you know, like you want to work together with these people or this person to make this project happen, you know, to make this a real thing, to you know, to actually work together so you could substantially see this grow, like in the physical sense. And then with the Sun in Virgo over here, the Eight of Pentacles, it's like really just work, like nailing it through, like really getting into the details of some kind of project or business. You know, really looking at the details and enjoying it. You know, it's not just about work, but actually like giving your heart and your soul to it and working really hard because you care about it, okay? The Sun in Virgo is one of my favorite cards. It's one of my favorite pentacle cards. It's one of my favorite cards, but like more specifically, it's one of my favorite pentacle cards because it's literally finding the joy. It's finding joy and happiness out of like your craft, out of like just knowing the ins and outs and the details of a particular skill or a particular thing that you're capable of creating and doing, and actually putting putting so much love and effort into it, into crafting this, and like seeing the value in it and understanding from the smallest thing that allowed this thing to be created to the last thing, all the components that make this creation what it is, just knowing the value of that and then translating that value in the real world so you can actually really start to feel out like the reality of like maybe making money from this or selling it, okay? You know, like, you know, according to how long it took you to create it, what materials you use, how much did that cost, and really, you know, really looking at the details of how valuable your time and energy and effort and the materials you use, everything that you did to create this thing, and really coming down to like how how much is that worth to you? Okay, sorry. These blueberries are so good. Okay. I have like this oral fixation. I'm just like popping things in my mouth. Okay, your advice for March is explore. Trust your imagination to help you journey through your inner landscape to find what you seek. I definitely feel like that's related to the Eight of Pentacles, and just like really allowing yourself to just like get into the depths of, you know, the details of your work and of your job, and to just not hold back, basically, just to not hold back. Okay, let's move on to April. We are in Aries season, okay? So April, Aries season. So we have the long night moon. We have darkness. We have coming apart. We have the Emperor, Aries energy. So cool. I love it when I pull like zodiac cards while we're in that zodiacal energy. We have the Five of Swords. We have Venus in Aquarius. And we have the Hermit, Virgo. Okay, super interesting energy over here, Aries, okay? There's definitely going to be some needed alone time. Okay, so needed alone time for sure. With this Aries energy over here, it's like, I don't know, you could fall, you know, there is definitely, I am feeling some like depression over here, or just kind of like, maybe like falling a little bit into the shadow of yourself. You know, you could go through like a dark night of the soul in April, but I am kind of noticing a bit of some shadow energy kind of taking over here. Okay. Maybe doubt, fear, you know, just kind of like, I don't know, like there is something, but then you have the Emperor over here. So it's, there's a need to go within, okay? April is really pulling you inside with the long night moon. It's really pulling you like into yourself. I feel like there is this really, and I feel like it's this Emperor energy. You know, this could have to do with your inner, some deeper like thing about control, okay? There might be something that you really need to face within yourself that has to do with control, and that has to do with power, and that has to do with like maybe you not really being able to let go, and you not really being able to like, you know, relinquish your power, or like that feeling that you have. Either that, or you are really needing to go in. It's either that, or it's the complete opposite. You are really, really needing to go in and to like literally let yourself fall apart so that you can actually discover, so that you can find that Emperor energy in you, so that you can find that leader in you who's creative, who's groundbreaking, who is like ready to set out on this journey, on this frontier, and just like, you know, and take his creations with him, and just be a dominant force of nature, like in a creative landscape that perhaps like needs some leadership. So, you know, but there is a little bit of this like stuck energy. It's kind of like not like wanting to use that energy, wanting to be this strong, powerful, creative, inspirational like leader, but also like not wanting to, there's also this feeling of just like, you know, also like I don't know, being afraid of hurting feelings, or like not wanting to like step on anyone's toes, or just like there is something that needs to be I'm just gonna, okay, I just want to make sure that my computer doesn't go to sleep. There's something that going on where it needs to be, what's the word? Rebalanced, rekindled, it's hard to explain. I can't think of the word right now. There is a very specific word that I'm thinking of. It's not coming to me. But there's like this energy where, I don't know, it's like you're feeling something. You're feeling this very specific part of you. But it's like you're afraid to show it. Or it's like you're trying to resolve, you know, how you can maybe be, you know, it's like you're trying to figure out how you can be this leader, how you can be this creative, inspirational force that's just filled with so much like wisdom and like that just like knows the laws of the universe. And it's like you're trying to almost figure out how you can use that energy in a way that will really benefit you, or that will really like, but I'm getting the feeling like you might be a little bit too much in your head in this. Like you're not really letting your heart guide you over here. You're like, it's like you're trying to figure out some kind of strategy, but I don't know, like everything that you come up with, it's like all these strategies, all these methods that you keep coming up with in your head seem self-deceiving, or they seem to be a little deceptive. They seem to take on a bit of a manipulative quality, or they seem to take on a bit of a controlling quality. And it's like you're trying to avoid that. So you keep going back within you. It's like you don't like the fact that your mind is taking you there. You know? Like with the Five of Swords over here, you know, Five of Swords energy is very egotistical. I mean, let me put it a better way. Five of Swords energy is an energy where someone is like willing to fight and do whatever it takes to kind of like to either get something that they want or get their point across, or like fight for a cause, you know what I mean? It's like they're willing to fight to, you know, intellectually to manipulate. They're willing to do literally whatever it takes to get to like win, you know, to win. At the expense of perhaps another person, you know, like for one person to win, like another person has to lose, right? So it's like your mind is kind of going in this, you know, direction, but like you don't really like that, you know. I don't think you like that, and it's causing the fact that your mind is going in that direction, and perhaps it's like a response to your environment. There could be people in your environment who are acting that way, and you think that you need to respond in the same way. So there's this need to like go within with the Hermit. It's like the universe is pulling you to kind of like go within and to really just let yourself fall apart so you can really get to the root of your real feelings and what's in your heart, so that you can be guided by your heart, not be guided by this like self-deceptive kind of manipulative energy. Because it's like if you're allowing your surroundings to kind of dictate how you behave, I mean, then it's almost like you're creating this false image of yourself that could eventually become a real image of yourself. And it's like, well, is that something you really want to do? Okay, so your advice is actualization. You will achieve your full potential by virtue of your creativity and your honest pursuit of truth. There you go. So April, it's all about self-actualization. It's all about you really coming to terms with your inner self and coming to terms with your deepest, most honest inner truth and integrity, or the desire to seek your truth and to really actualize that energy within you so that it can come forward, and so that when you step into that Emperor energy, it's like that is who you are. Okay, let's move on to May. So we are in Taurus season. We have growth. Beautiful for May. Okay, so we're growing here. That's really good. Okay, so you're finally like starting to like understand some things. You're growing, you're evolving, you're flying. Okay, so you're definitely just like letting go. Okay, May, letting go. Just kind of starting to have fun. King of Pentacles is Taurus energy. The Nine of Cups, we have Jupiter in Pisces. Ooh. No, this is good. And then we have the Six of Cups. We have the Sun in Scorpio. Okay, so yeah, lots of growth happening here. I feel this is like inner growth. You kind of understanding more and more about like who you are, who you want to be. And like, just kind of like letting go, okay? Just letting go and not like thinking about it too much. But just kind of like let it, like, just like to allow yourself to just be whoever you are. You know, whatever you are, whoever you are, just kind of like let it go, be free. With the King of Pentacles over here, there could be an energy. I kind of feel this is your energy. Like you could definitely be stepping up into a higher position here in regards to like a business or something in regards to your finances. You could definitely be, you know, you're feeling more confident. You're feeling more confident in terms of taking a higher role, a higher position, a position where you can really be counted on, like a stable position, especially in regards to your like financial situation or anything regarding like maybe like a business that you're involved in or a project that you're involved in. So just kind of like taking a more stable and dependable kind of approach. You know, like really kind of rooting, especially when it comes to you wanting and desiring stability for yourself long term, you know, and opening yourself up to that dream, like opening yourself up to those visions of that kind of possibility for yourself. And then with the Six of Cups over here, well, somebody from your past could definitely show up around this time. You could reconnect with an old childhood friend, or you could be reminiscing with someone about the past, okay? So there could be somebody in your life, you know, and you guys are just talking. You could be revisiting old memories, or something from the past, okay? And this person could be someone that you are involved in, who you want to kind of build with for the future. Or this could just be like a random person, but either way, I feel like this opening up about memories or opening up about the past is really, really good for you. And I feel that it kind of corresponds to this growth card, because I think that it allows you to grow and it allows you to kind of understand more things about yourself. Sometimes we don't really completely understand how we feel and why we feel the way we feel until we talk to somebody else about it, until we open ourselves up in that way to another human being. And we connect with another human being on that emotional level, and we share our a memory with them, or we share something about us from our past, you know, with this person. So when I pull the Six of Cups, to me, it's not just it doesn't just represent a person who comes from your past. It also represents someone who's in your present moment, but you're opening up to that person in the present moment more about your past. Okay? You're opening up to them about your past, and it allows you guys to get closer together, okay? It allows like a deeper connection to evolve. The advice here is generosity. You can afford to be generous with the gift of your time and attention. Yes. So I feel like the universe is kind of saying, like, allow yourself to grow these deeper connections with people. Like, allow yourself to open up. Allow yourself to give the gift of your time and your energy and your soul to another person, okay? Because that's how you form deeper relationships. That's how you create deeper relationships. That's how you form deeper relationships. Is to, like, you know, share memories with them, share your dreams with them, your fears, like, you know, to say how you really feel. Okay, let's move on to Gemini season. We are in June of 2022. We have assessing. We have one ring circus. We have the Fool, Uranus energy. We have the Four of Swords, Jupiter in Libra. And we have the Empress, Venus energy. Okay, so starting off with assessing, yeah. So you're starting to look now, okay? Like, I think you're feeling more open, you know, like, you know, whenever you kind of like open your heart, you know, and you're able to kind of like share a deeper part of you with another person, I think it definitely does allow your heart to heal, okay? So in this regard for June, it's like you're starting to like look out at the horizon a little bit more. You know, you're starting to fix your gaze maybe on something in specific. So I do feel like there is something in particular that you're looking at. Now this could be like and this could be a bigger picture creative idea and how to make it actually physically possible with the one ring circus. Or this could be like you're looking at a person who was able to make something happen for themselves. Like, it could be an influencer, it could be like someone you admire, but it's like, or it could be a project, okay? I feel like you're looking at something, you're looking at a project, and this is something that someone else is doing. This isn't necessarily part of you, this is just kind of you observing and kind of going out there and like seeing, you know, a project or something that people are kind of like getting involved in. There's something that people are getting involved in. You're taking a closer look at it. And you're kind of, you know, trying to figure out all the different components and fundamentals of what is making this project operate, what is making this, you know, because you can learn a lot when you learn about like what, you know, when you learn about how other people build a business. It can definitely help, you know, it can help you maybe understand better about like how you would want to build your business or how you don't want to build a business. You know, it's kind of like, you know, it's kind of like allowing yourself to learn about how other people do things so that you can have a better understanding of how you want to do things. So that's kind of the energy that I'm seeing here. And then once you kind of get a better idea, it's like now is go time with the Fool over here. You know, I feel like you're going to feel more confident, not just in your own ability to take risks, not just in your own ability to like go after the things that you want, because you see like people every day are constantly trying to just like make things happen and go after the things that they want. And not only are you going to feel more comfortable and confident to take risks, but you're going to, you know, because you did your research and you did your due diligence and you perhaps came to some kind of conclusion about how you want to do things or how you don't want to do things, you're going to feel more confident when you actually take that step to get it started, because you're going to know right off the bat, to some extent, maybe you won't know all the answers and maybe some of those things will change along the way, but at least from the beginning, you will have some kind of understanding or idea, and once you take that step, you'll feel confident even knowing that you're going to come across challenges. You'll feel confident even knowing that maybe things are going to change as time goes on, and that the way that you approach it now might not be the same way that you're going to approach it in the future, but it's okay, and you're going to learn as you go. It's kind of like this willingness to learn as you go, but in order to learn as you go, you have to take the first step. Okay, and with the Four of Swords over here, it's kind of like saying, like, don't forget to heal, okay? Like, yeah, like, go, you know, go explore, go do things, but also, like, don't forget to just kind of, like, take time for yourself to just kind of put it all down and to clear your head. Because if you're too cluttered, if your mind is too cluttered with all these different ideas and things that are going on all around you, it can become really overwhelming. And it can literally feel like a circus, right? There's all these, like, there's acrobats, there's elephants, you know, like there's people doing all sorts of different things, and sometimes it's like, oh my God, it's a lot. And, you know, it's going to be necessary to like take some time away to kind of put down the information, you know, put the computer away, put the phone away, Don't look at anything. Spend some time to meditate. Spend some time with your eyes closed and just kind of like relax, right? Just relax. Take a bath, and just kind of heal. Like allow yourself to disassociate, from what's going on around you. And when you do that, when you allow that to happen, your natural creativity, your natural abundance, and everything that is already within you will start to just come out, okay? And it's just going to feel natural. It's going to feel organic. Your spirituality, your creativity, whatever you set out for yourself, it's just naturally going to start to it's going to want to come out. It's going to want to show itself, and it's naturally going to start to show its beauty, and it's going to show its value. Okay, your advice here is let go. What, if anything, can be done to let go of what is standing in your way? Okay. Yeah, so just let go, Just let go. Okay, so let's move on to Cancer season. We are now in July of 2022. So we have boundaries. Let go. We have spark. We have the Chariot, Cancer energy in Cancer season. We have the Knight of Cups. Ooh, the water energy is coming in. I love it. Yes, we're not getting a lot of water cards for you, so I'm glad to see that the water cards are coming in. Knight of Cups is Pisces. And the Nine of Pentacles, we have Venus in Virgo. Okay, so moving into July, yeah, boundaries. That makes so much sense. So, with what was showing up in June, it's like knowing when it's time for you to focus on yourself. Okay, July is going to be more defined in terms of your boundaries between yourself and the outside world, your boundaries between your creativity and everybody else's creativity, right? So it's like really understanding when is it time to just do you and to just focus on you and to just create the things that you want to create, and when is it time to explore other people's creativity? When is it time to go out into the world to get inspiration, to absorb the energies that's going on outside in the world? So that's going to be really important in July to kind of distinguish and to really kind of start forming these boundaries between you, yourself, and the community at large. And with the spark energy over here, it's what makes you unique? Really just stepping into this energy of who you are and why you're unique and why your contribution to the community, to society is important and is valuable. And with the Chariot energy over here, it's taking that energy, taking that spark, using your intuition, and just going out into the world. With the Chariot energy, you don't even care anymore what everyone else is doing. You're I see how I'm unique, I see how I'm different, I see my value, and I'm gonna go get what I deserve. I am going to go make my dreams come true. This could also be traveling. So for some of you in July, you could be traveling to another country. But it's knowing what you have is valuable, and knowing that you have what it takes and that you can overcome obstacles, okay? And with the Knight of Cups over here, this could definitely be an energy for some of you where there is going to be someone coming into your life, a bit of a charmer, okay, if you will. But there is some romance coming in over here, so this could either be a potential romantic partner coming into your life, or perhaps you are becoming more open with your heart and you are becoming more open to exploring a romantic relationship with another person. However, with the Nine of Pentacles over here, this independent energy, I'm kind of getting the feeling that perhaps this could be someone who's trying to come into your life and trying to perhaps romance or charm you, and you're kind of you know, just sitting pretty in your tree. There's like this fucking really pretty tiger. You can't see it, but she's just sitting in a tree, looking pretty. You're just enjoying your independence. Like, you're just kind of enjoying your independence. You're enjoying your own abundance and your own ability to create the life that you want to create for yourself. And like these, you know, this energy that's around you, that's all like lovey-dovey and romantic. Like, I feel like you're looking at it and, you know, your heart is open, but at the same time, you're like, okay, what else you got? You know, what else you got for me? Like, okay, that's nice, but what else you got? You know what I mean? Like, I'm kind of getting that kind of energy. Like you're just gonna show me how pretty you are and how good you are with your words. And like, you know, this is like someone, you know, who's like really good with their words, you know, like, but you know, what else you want to show me? Okay, so for your advice for July is trust that you were born a creative being and have never stopped being one. Yes, absolutely. The Knight of Cups, though, in all honesty, I totally see this being you as well. This could very much be you, just being way more open, because this is Pisces energy, and this is kind of like just being, like, your heart is just open to energy. Like, you're just open to inspiration. You're open to inspiration. You're open to creativity, because like, you know that you're unique and you're different, and you know that you can like channel other people, the energy that's around you and the creativity that's around you, and that you can turn it into something beautiful with your own energy. So it's like, trust that you are unique, trust that you are different, and trust that your contribution to this world is special. Okay, moving on to August, Leo season, we have realization. Yes. Wishing well. The Five of Swords for the second time. Venus in Aquarius. The Five of Swords again. Oof. Venus in Aquarius. And the Eight of Cups, Saturn in Pisces. Oh, interesting. Ooh, that Five of Swords energy. Oof. Okay, let's see here. So, August is realization. Okay, so there could be some things that are coming into your perspective for August that is making you maybe take a step back, okay? Not necessarily take a step back, but like, you know, I think you're reaching a point within your own self and your own creativity and your own sense of value and sense of self-worth, where you're finding yourself on this like spiritual journey where it's like you acknowledge your value, you acknowledge your gift, you're confident. But there's something else. There's something else that you are still searching for, okay? There's something else that you are still searching for, especially with the wishing well over here. There is something that within you that you are still needing to find. Okay, there's something within you that you are still needing to kind of like bring up to the surface and into the light. Okay, this could be actually a pivotal point in your journey. For August, I feel like this is a really pivotal point of your journey where you are really, truly coming to see your dreams and your visions for what they really are, and you are really facing the reality. Like, you're really looking at, like, for real. Like, up until now, you've been on this journey where it's like you needed to really become confident, but now you're really looking at, like, the potential, the reality. Like you're really looking at it in its face. I kind of equate the realization card to the Three of Wands, which is an Aries card. It's the sun in Aries, and it's like you're just looking. It's like you're waiting, but it's like you're taking it seriously. It's kind of this sense of, it's like this moment of taking this dream seriously, or this vision seriously. Now with the Five of Swords doubled up over here. Okay, so I'll say one way that one thing that I see in this. With the Five of Swords doubled up, it's kind of like it can go one of two ways, but it can also be like some more energy that needs to be worked through. So now this could either be you reversing into some old patterns, like you somehow seeing this future, seeing your dreams right in front of you, and then you like going backwards and stepping into some old behavioral patterns where you deceive yourself into thinking that you don't really want it, and maybe because you think it would be too hard, it would be too difficult to achieve this goal. And so it's like instead of working towards it, you like go down this other path where you're kind of like lying to yourself because you like convince yourself that you don't really want it, maybe because it's too difficult, or like you tell yourself, oh well, the system, like you blame, like you could start blaming the system, or you can start like, kind of like convincing yourself why it wouldn't work out or something, or like why it wouldn't go in your favor. Now, another thing that I see here is also fear that other people will try to bring you down, okay? Some fear that there are people out there who don't want to see you succeed, due to their own fear, due to their own self-deception, and their own willingness to bring another person down just so they could get ahead. And I feel like the reason why this is doubled up is because perhaps you see this energy within yourself too. This kind of like manipulative, like I'm going to do whatever it takes to get what I want kind of energy. So it's like, well then that means that you're at a checkmate, right? Because then if that energy is within you, then you're going to, the universe is going to mirror it back to you. And then you're going to, next thing you know, you're going to be in like competition with people. And maybe you're trying to avoid that competition. You just want to do your thing. You just want to be you. You want to be the creative individual you want to be. You want to be, you want to create. You want to do your thing. You want to be successful. That sound was the leather chair. But it's like, I don't know, there's this energy that you need to work through still. Okay? And it's kind of, I'm not going to lie, it's tough energy, okay? It's tough energy. It's like realizing, you could be realizing that You could be realizing something about yourself where it's like you realize that you feel defeated before you even start, or you're realizing that you allow yourself to feel defeated by these like invisible enemies. And there's no doubt that this energy is actually there. There are going to be enemies. There are going to be, I'm not going to sit here and lie and be like, every single person in this world wants to see you succeed. No, there's going to be enemies. There is going to be people who want to bring you down. But the whole point, the whole thing about this spiritual journey and this soul journey is to not be afraid of that, is to keep fighting, is to not allow yourself, like, as long as you are not operating within self-deception, as long as you are aware of how you really feel, you are already 20 steps ahead of everybody else, because you already know that energy is out there. You know that energy exists. You know that there are people who don't want to see you succeed. You know there are people who probably are going to want to bring you down. You already know. You can't live in some false reality where you think that everybody is going to be your best friend or whatever. No. And the fact that you are already aware and that you can actually like be, like raw, that you can really know that what you feel is true, and that what you feel, like, it will make you stronger, and it'll make this journey that you're on so much more worth it. It's gonna like make that journey so much more like, and that is why almost every single one of my videos that I've made on my channel, one of my biggest themes for 2021 is, what are you willing to fight for? Are you willing to fight for your future? Are you willing to fight for your creativity, for your financial freedom? What are you willing to fight for? Okay? Saturn and Pisces over here, 8 of Cups. It's going to make this journey for you. This journey that you're on. It is a journey towards truth. Okay? It is a journey towards truth within your heart and within your soul. Advice, recycle. Learn from the past and apply it to creating your vision of the future. Okay? Now, this might not be an energy that you want to partake in. Maybe you don't want to be part of this kind of energy and people who act like this. But now you know. You know that energy is out there. And now you can go on this journey and figure out what you want to do about it. How do you want to handle it when it comes your way? You're not going to stop. You're not going to stop trying to live out your dream. Just because there are people out there who don't want you to live your dream. You're going to keep going. But you got to figure out how you want to deal with those people, right? Okay. Let's move on to September. Virgo season. We got self-love. We got strength. We got death, Scorpio. We got the 9 of Coins, Venus in Virgo for Virgo season. And we have the 4 of Coins, Sun in Capricorn. Okay. I can't get enough. It's an oral fixation. Okay, so September. Yeah, lots of self-love. Self-love and strength. And just like, I kind of get this feeling like you're not necessarily, I don't know. I get this feeling that you're still perhaps a little conflicted on how you want to approach that kind of energy, you know, and how you really want to approach negative energy. And, you know, my personal advice would be like, if that energy comes around, you know, you fight back, you know, that's my personal opinion. If that kind of energy comes around, you like, you know, you don't let it, not that you don't let it, you just like, you know, you just kind of fight back. But it looks like for September over here, there's a lot of self-love, inner strength. Maybe cutting people out with the death card over here. Perhaps you're realizing that maybe you just don't even want those people around. You know, you could be putting an end. You could be putting like a complete end to things, or a complete end to certain people. I was actually thinking about cutting my hair in January. I have an appointment. And now I'm looking at how my hair looks in the video, like kind of short. Like just a little past my shoulders. And it's not bad. It's kind of cute. I kind of like it. Anyway, sorry about that. I've been really, really nervous because I have an appointment in a few weeks. And I don't want to cut my hair, but I feel like I really need to if I want it to grow healthy and strong, because my ends are real. I have a lot of split ends. And I hate cutting my hair. I hate it. But I'm just kind of like looking at this length and I'm like, okay, well that's kind of cute. But anyway, yeah, so cutting people out for September, or there could be an ending here for sure. Some kind of ending could be taking place. And you really start to focus. I really feel like there's an ending to something over here, okay? It could be, especially with the self-love and the strength, something comes to an end. It could be like between you and like a lover, like someone, there could be somebody in your environment who ended up being really like negative or really manipulative, okay? Someone who is really manipulative. So, you know, so you're just like taking care of yourself, self-love, strength. You're back on your abundant, you know, art and beauty, and just taking care of yourself and being independent and like making your money and saving your money. I definitely see a lot of saving your money over here. So your advice over here is partnership. Once you have decided to walk your path in partnership, you must put the relationship first. Oh, wow. That's really interesting. Okay, well, I don't know. This could be like a foretelling for the future. Like you could have a partnership coming your way in the future. Or you're really needing to decide whether or not you want to end something. You know, you're kind of giving yourself, you know, you're trying to get enough strength. You're trying to like just love yourself and get enough strength maybe to decide whether you want something to end or not. Whether you want something to end with another person or not. Maybe because you're realizing that perhaps that's not the right path for you. I don't know. Let's move on to October, Libra season. All right, so for Libra season, we have fruition. We have commitment. Oof. For some of you, it could be engagement. Yeah, so that's why I was saying like that partnership card, that could very much be like, you know, for Virgo, for September, there could be definitely something coming your way in October over here. I don't know. King of Cups, Scorpio energy. What? 5 of Coins, Mercury and Taurus. And 3 of Swords, Saturn and Libra. What the hell? I don't... Aries, what the fuck? I don't like this. I mean, it's good in the beginning, and then it's like, what the hell is this heartbreak over here? Okay, so Libra season, fruition, like everything just abundant. You know, I feel like everything just feels really fruitful, you know, like all your hard work and hard labor is really feeling like it's paying off. There's some kind of commitment here. Like you decide to commit to someone, or you decide to move into a commitment with a partnership. With the King of Cups over here, this could definitely be like with a Scorpio, but it could also be just like, you know, someone really wanting to like someone coming into your life who really wants to offer themselves as a, there could be someone who's offering commitment, or someone really wants to come into your life and like, you know, create a partnership with you, create something with you. Then we have the Five of Coins. I don't know. This is so weird. There's something with this Five of Coins. Because, like, the energy is so beautiful in the beginning, and then it just gets worse. So this person, okay, the way that I'm getting this energy is like this person who wants to offer a commitment to you, this person who wants to be with you might be going through something. That's how I'm reading this. Like, this person who enters your life and wants to be with you, there could be some issues of codependency, okay? They could have lost their job. They could be feeling heartbroken from a past. This could be kind of like a rebound kind of thing. They could be feeling deeply hurt and heartbroken from some past situation. They could be coming towards you very vulnerable, hurt and heartbroken. Someone could have like taken their money, or they could have lost some money. And like, they could be coming to you all all like deep in their feelings and stuff, you know, and you're kind of like this beacon of light and beacon of hope for them. I don't know, be careful with this. Be careful with this energy. Advice, visualize. When we develop our abilities to visualize, we can manifest maximum influence on our experience of reality. Aries, I'm not feeling like this is your energy, this like Five of Pentacles and Three of Swords. I feel like this is another person's energy that's coming into your life. And then it kind of like mingles with your energy. It kind of becomes part of your energy. But you are fruitful. And you have all this love to give. So it's in your hands. With the visualize, I feel like literally, like I don't see any sense that you're not in control over here. I feel like you are in complete control over here. Like you have the power to decide how you want to, you know, deal with this situation. Like how you want it to go, basically. Let's move on to November, Scorpio season. We have the masculine lunar god. Intention. I feel like that's you, Aries. Page of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag, fire energy. Eight of Coins, Sun in Virgo. And the Hanged Man. Wow. So Aries, like basically for November, I kind of get this like, I kind of just get this like very intuitive for November, like just super intuitive. The lunar god is like the masculine version of the high priestess. Like they are just, you know, you just have so much inner wisdom, and you just have your intuition is just like on point over here, and you're like, you know, this person could still be a part of your life. For some reason, I'm feeling like there's a connection in the background over here. But you're setting your intentions. You're setting your intentions for the future again with your intuition. And this relationship that you're part of, for a lot of you, I'm really feeling it like on a deep level. Like you're in some kind of connection with someone. You're in some type of deep connection with someone. And it's like helping you. It's like strengthening you in this really deep way, in this really like intuitive and just kind of like, you know, where you're really more in touch with your heart here. You know, and you really want to like plant some seeds and watch them grow. And you're feeling inspired again. You're feeling like every day is just like this new, beautiful day that's filled with creativity and possibilities and inspiration. And like, just like getting down to your craft, you know? You know, like I kind of see, I'm getting a very particular vision for you guys as just like, you know, waking up to your lover and then, you know, just like making yourself some coffee and just like really just like breathing in the earth, stepping out on the balcony, listening to the birds chirp, just like really breathing in life, enjoying life, and then like getting into your art, getting into your creativity, getting into your projects and just enjoying it and like getting so deep into it and then spending the rest of the day like just like daydreaming or fantasizing or just like in La La Land or like, you know, just like dreaming and, you know, maybe reading a book, just like laying on the couch, like doing nothing. Literally sounds like the life for November. Advice is start. You must start from where you are. That actually sounds almost like an ideal. It sounds like a beautiful life. You must start from where you are, examine your situation, and take a chance. Yeah. So it's kind of like, with the Hangman, I do kind of feel like there's really no need to rush. You know, just kind of like it's like when you're ready to get up, when you're ready to get off your couch, just like, you know, when you're ready to like go out and explore and like do something new in the world, then do it. You know, it's like no need to rush. Just like start from where you are. Like just begin from where you are. Okay, let's move on to December, Sagittarius season. We are on the final month, Aries. Almost done with this reading. We have the dark moon at the void. We have wide open. We have the 7 of Swords, moon in Aquarius. We have the 8 of Cups, Saturn in Pisces. And we have the 4 of Wands, Venus in Aries. Wow. All right, so for a lot of you guys, end of the year 2022, you're taking a relationship to the next level, or a partnership. Something is going on here. Some creativity and inspiration. Some really good spiritual love vibes are like really aligning and mingling and becoming something beautiful. Now for the beginning of the December, we do have the void. So a lot of like, for December of 2022, I'm getting like really just not making any big decisions, you know, just kind of like with the dark moon, it's going to be a time of like pulling back. That's how I feel. A time of pulling back, a time of, you know, deep reflection, a time of like, you know, like purposely not allowing yourself to make any big decisions. And kind of like stepping into that darkness, like opening yourself up to the void, opening yourself up to the darkness in like a new way. In a new way where your intuition, I feel like for December, your intuition is really going to reach some new heights. Because you're going to tune in. You're going to be tuning in and tapping into, like, some of the more mysterious forces around you. Some of the more mysterious elements of the things that might be going on in your environment and that are going on around you. You could start to witness. Your intuition can definitely start to, like, notice maybe some more, like, sneaky behavior on some people's parts. Some behavior that's just like, there could be someone in your life who's walking away from you. Or I'm not really seeing this as you moving away from someone. The heck is that? It's like, how do I explain it? I'm getting this energy of maybe someone, like, tries to be sneaky. This could be your person. They try to run away from a situation, or they're trying to run away from themselves, or like someone does something kind of sneaky, or maybe behind your back. Like someone does something behind your back, and you decide to kind of go in the opposite direction. You decide to move away, and either you're moving away towards someone else, or you move away and it causes this person to realize that you're moving away, so then they come back and you guys work it out. Huh. You know, or like both of you, or maybe both of you, I don't know, you guys might like decide you want to explore. Maybe what makes this relationship work is like both of you end up deciding that you want to be open. Maybe you decide to have like an open relationship, or I don't know, something. There's something interesting about this energy here. Like, it's like this energy of two people together, but they're like on their own spiritual journey. They're like on their own path of self-discovery. They're on their own path. But then they come back home together. Like, you could be living with someone and you guys are living together and you guys are like partners. Maybe you're doing something together, but you're on your own spiritual journey. Could be like something like that. Interesting. Okay, yeah, that's kind of literally what I'm getting from these cards over here. Your advice card is capable. You can deal successfully with whatever challenges and circumstances arise. Yes. So, yeah, I mean, who's to say that a relationship needs to be like a conventional kind of relationship? It's like we are all on our own spiritual journeys. We are still discovering, you know, who we are. And sometimes, like, we need to do that separately from our partner in order to, you know, really appreciate who they are. And if both people, you know, are able to explore who they are, you know, on their own terms, and the other person respects that, and you both respect that in each other, then I mean, yeah, like why not? So it's like with the capable card coming out, it's kind of like you are, yeah, you're more than like you can do anything, really. You know, you can really do anything. You can overcome any challenges. It's just a matter of, you know, communication, being on the same page with the Four of Wands over here. The very, very last card of this entire reading is an Aries card. It's Venus. It's a Venus in Aries. So that's really cool. Got to end the year with some love in the Aries realm. So Aries, this is your reading for 2022, 12-month tarot spread. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you subscribe to my channel. Stick around. See what I'm up to. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.